finding is perfect against Limmp. I'm sure Limp's still going to try and do his best to put the pressure on, but Miracle, of course, just able to play safe, having that ability to remove the stacks of Napalm, and having that leap to get himself out of harm's way if Limmp does get aggressive. Yeah,
it's like we said, they've set up Miracle for this contest, and we'll see he's going to be able to accomplish it. We see they put the Grimstroke bottom. I think this is just so that they can like just actually spam the wave and secure range creep. Bloodseeker plus this Stroke of Fate. Sure, he's up against the Oracle, who's going to be able to dispel this Ink Swell and stuff like this down bottom, but I think that's not the point of what they're doing with this lane setup. It's just to force the waves in, make sure Mind Control gets as much as possible, and that they're just nuking Nikobaby and having him have a little bit of a tougher time. And top, they have the sustain, right? The Isle versus the Darkseer. He's going to be able to just keep Weehaw nice and healed up. If in combination he goes for Flame Guard too, they'll be able to sustain very nicely. So, nice lane setup here by Nigma. We'll see if they can actually slow down the Wraith King, and if these lanes actually do end up working out in their favor with this Bat versus Slark mid.
Yeah, for sure, because last game we did see Nikobaby get a very free opening to the game. Quick timing on the Radiance rush. See if Nigma's able to slow that down a little bit more this time round.
Miracle's doing excellent right now in that mid lane. 3 denies. He's going to be able to get always those last hits versus the Batrider with this great base damage advantage. Up to 17, one charges too. Nice Handsken.
Playing around with the two of them.
Please.
He gets the range creep denied. Nice.
He is able to at least still take that away.
Radiant's
courier for it though.
Has been killed.
Not quite keeping an eye on his courier movement. Yeah, she's able to be. Oh! And they've got TPs though. They have got TPs, so still being forced to use them there. Cute little vacuum from Mr. S4.
Well, now, I mean, if they die.
Yeah, now they've got to be careful.
If one of these two dies, oh jeez, that would be devastating in the lane. And it looks like it's going to be a Falcon Blade rush for Weehaw in the safe lane. So we saw quite a few of them in the first series of the day. If people were tuning in, we had a Medusa go double Falcon Blade. So now we're seeing, this Ember Sphere too. Kind of cool.
In fire.
Do have the change to hold back the two of them.
You'll see no gold.
Very careful. Ooh, nearly gets it. One hit away from dying there, then. Miracle. Really bullying him back. How we doing the regen? Still a few tangos on Limmp, but yeah, low on the HP and low on the mana. Miracle going to continue to have very good space in this mid matchup where, yeah, he's really making the most out of this advantage he has in hero versus hero.
Yeah, Limp's got his bottle now, so he can get some of that extra sustain going. But yeah, he's looking good for Miracle right now, and I don't think that this Batrider is going to be able to pressure too much until, I mean, at 6 he probably can, but not until that point.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. The big thing in comparison to the last game is that, yeah, Limp's just not going to, he's not going to have that sort of beginning that he did have against Weehaw, where Weehaw did struggle and never find opportunities to kill.
Unless he gets a really good power rune, right? Next 30 seconds, I think we're going to have to see Alliance. They have to make the move to check down round. If Limmp can get something like a haste rune, that can be the perfect choice for him to try to hunt Miracle. DD would help too, just for him to get last hits in the lane too, to be honest, or that Arcane. He has a couple decent options.
Cool. Having the brown boots ready to head towards one of the rune spawns. Gonna try and play between the two. Who's going to get lucky with the spawn?
Regeneration.
So Miracle able to claim it. Make sure that Limmp doesn't grab it. Even if Limmp was able to do so, would have loved a bottle refill, but wasn't the scariest of rune.
No, definitely not. Regen's still quite nice. But yeah, Miracle up to 5, Limmp 4, and yeah, he's going to be massively slowed down. We're going to take a look at bottom lane. We see Mind Control does have this urn finished up, and they've been able to secure him some decent farms. They're not slowing down the Wraith King, but Mind Control has the same last hits. Is quite nice. Now though, Mind Control might be getting down on. He has a raindrop. The damage.
Purifying Flames getting nuked very low, not quite low enough to fall though, as Mind Control continues to hide in the trees. They are continuing to try and hunt for him, but Blood Right's down, and that will force Nikobaby and FNG to sort of think twice about chasing onto the Bloodseeker. Mind Control by now pretty much healed all the way back up top lane. Yeah, he's going to be able to get the kill though. S4 tries for Weehaw in return, but he has to surge and run himself away. So first blood finally going to Nigma.
Dire's middle
GH
tower is
also
under
to
attack.
step across, grab that bounty rune. resulting in Nick getting the majority of those 3 against the 1.
Yeah, 3 of them there, and we start to see what the build is going to be for Miracle. Makes a lot of sense. He's playing versus Wraith. He's got the defusal queued up already. It's going to be really nice. So now it's like so many benefits that it really is playing this Slark versus both Batrider and Wraith King. This is going to be just a very natural build-up for him.
I mean, as you sort of said from looking at the lane setups, that they really are having as good as expected.
Dyer's top
at the
tower
start.
is under
A 2K lead across the board at just this 5-minute mark with the matchups they have.
Yeah, really liking it. Really liking how they did have all this set up, and now we have GH also stacking some camps too for when they do back into the jungle and get that farm going for themselves. Yeah, this is perfect. This Ember top versus this Ember IO versus this Darkseer Pango just eat. They just stand right through and eat all that pressure.
Invisibility.
And I mean, for Alliance, I guess the pressure is going to be on the Pango, Handsken, to make moves, but again, it's sort of the Pango 4. He's got to get his 6, so it's still going to be quite some time before Alliance really have means to shake up the lanes and do anything against this advantage that Nigma's getting early.
It really does feel like they're going to have some big problems in just natural playmaking in general. The Batrider he doesn't have a good lane to really go to. His best ganks is going to be on like a Bloodseeker. The other 2 can play around it very nicely. The Ember Spirit as well as the Slark always have a way to play around, dodging out that lasso and whatnot. And yeah, like you said, Pango, he can't really set up for kills. Oracle doesn't really set up for kills either. So I think this might be pretty quiet for Alliance, and I feel like Nigma is gonna start to grow this lead pretty quick. I feel like stacks are gonna be the name of the game on both sides.
You have been
Them
denied.
already coming. Alliance starting to clear out a triple stack, and I saw GH
Radiant's
have
middle tower
stacks
is under
sent
attack.
already.
Mid lane.
They're surrounding mid.
Yeah, they are trying to bring in extra help to look the kill onto Limmp. Try to close the gap. Either the pounce or the stun does connect though, so Limmp will be fine. Miracle not quite able to find the angle to grab the bat.
Nice little sidestep there from Limmp for sure, and we see the skill build. That just indicates how much he feels lasso is just not that much of a use for the time being, and not for a while. He's just going to be going for the farm build for himself.
Of course, whilst they are a couple of K behind there, bottom lane Nikobaby still farming fine.
Ooh, nice. A jelly as well as a faded brooch, so he's going to be able to give the jelly to the IO and as well to himself on Miracle. And they can keep farming these stacks, and I know I mention this every time, but Tether does give that spell amplification too, so that Dark Pact is even more impactful when he's farming. Same pressure.
So this diffusal blade will come out at a very quick time this game.
Yeah.
And that's going to be pretty nasty. Those items that if you're able to get away with a rush, especially being the mid and having the levels that Miracle has,
Yeah.
those
And
moves
also,
are going to hurt.
GH also, he found himself a shovel. The best hero to get a shuffle on IO and Oracle. So he's got that one for himself, constantly going to be getting salves to heal up, and they're looking for Limmp again. Goes his way.
A little far forward. He has got Handsken by the side. Miracle's in. Limmp trying to get away with the Firefly, but Miracle close to get the Ink Swell stun connect.
Radiant's
Even we
middle
are coming
tower
across
is
to
under
join in
attack.
on the action. Take down Limmp. And yeah, just sort of huge focus around this mid. Just really tell that after that last game, they're like, right, we've got to change things up and make sure that Limmp is not able to come out with a repeat performance from the matchup that they drafted. And now for the way they're moving around this mid lane, it's really shutting them to slow the game down.
Top. Be able to get that quick kill onto S4 with KuroKy's help. And I mean, I'm saying, like, I don't see how they can really make too many aggressive moves, especially if it's not Limmp leading the charge onto a Bloodseeker, which he's now going to try to do bottom. They're just having to play a stack game. And nice knockback, but it's not enough. He's too speedy. This is a big concern. I don't know how. So they're going to have to pretty much wait now for, I feel like, Handsken to hit level 6 and have to make plays with Rolling Thunder. Besides that, I feel like it's just going to be a full passive game for Alliance now for a very long time.
I mean, Miracle is 600 gold away from this defusal. This is it's going to be such a quick defusal on Slark.
And he's already, like, they're starting to make these moves. They have an incredibly mobile lineup because of this IO as well as this Slark with the Ember. And he's gone for the setup build. You know, he doesn't have the Flame Guard. He doesn't need to be doing the damage. The swing chain setup for all of these spells for his teammates is going to be huge.
Speed the brush.
focusing on the bounties again. Nigma grabbing 3 of the 4. Having that better control whilst the Alliance are having to play very passive. Just not having the start to a game that's allowed them to have any sort of hero that's ready to make moves in response.
No, they're like we said, they're still getting pretty decent farm, especially like Nikobaby as well as the Batrider, but they can't make moves and they are falling further behind. The farming capability of just IO plus Slark is just way higher. They're just going to be able to snowball clear these stacks, and the pressure's going to start hitting right now. Miracle's got the defusal after this Centaur, and they're going to start running at Alliance.
Oh yeah.
Let's see how they're able to contain versus it. It's going to be a lot of pressure on Handsken to really just salvage them, you know, versus these fights with the Rolling Thunder.
Let's see where Miracle looks to make his first move. As any of the cores really are going to be an appealing target. So here we have it. Smoke up from the 2 of them. Let's see what they can find.
They can hunt for literally anybody. That is the scary thing. While I was mentioning for Alliance, it feels like there's so limited on their potential for hunting. Miracle's just charged right in. They're hunting for the Wraith King. They want Nikobaby. Really big swing around to get the positioning for him.
There we go. Starting things off. He's going to help them do that. Handsken is in, does have the stick, comes across with the rolling thunder for that fantastic handle for it as well. As Miracle were only just able to get the scattered arts off. So we'll be able to run up to the side, but backups in for Alliance. As they're all here to protect Nikobaby and make sure that Nigma cannot get a kill with that first reveal of the Diffusal Blade. Good reactions, and yeah, Handsken just having that level 6, that Rolling Thunder, as we've been saying, really the big ability that can slow down some of these attempts that Nigma's going to look for kills.
Radiant's
he's so crucial. Yeah, like you said, exactly. We see it right there. He's in the right spot at the right time. And now they even swing Limmp over to try to help out. Miracle still looking to continue this pressure. They're going to lose their ward, though, out of it. And they still have their deep ward placed. They did put that one down while chasing. And again, Nikobaby.
And he still wants to continue the fight with this.
Shadow Dance is on cooldown, but they know Rolling Thunder's still gone for a bit, so they're keeping this pressure until that's back up, but it's going to be back in about 10 seconds, so now they're going to look to move their way out of it, but look at the, I mean, big winner at the top is just Weehaw not getting pressured, having a great time.
Radiant's top tower is
and the same
under
thing with
attack.
Mind Control bottom. They're able to just do this as 3 heroes for the most part right now, just invading and causing problems.
Miracle. He's going to look towards FNG and he should have this one. Oh, maybe. Yeah, okay. They've got the slow. FNG not able to hold them back long enough. And in the river. S4's trying to run. Chains are going to be up in a second. He's going to be able to grab him. He's coming across. Handsken trying to turn the vacuum up to the high ground, but it won't save. As S4 still goes down. Bottom lane at the same time. Nigma, they're making moves onto Limmp and Nikobaby. Miracle picks up a second kill. He's over towards Nikobaby. He's going to be taken back out of there. Not looking to try and get any further. As he's brought back over towards the triangle.
We're really seeing just the lack of Handsken. He walks back up.
Well, I guess he didn't expect them to move down like that. I mean, he knew that they were there. But he's not quite prepared for them to be in position to catch him, coming back up to the high ground. It's just 4 kills on Miracle. This is looking like a very scary beginning for this Slark, as he is massive. This Aghanim's after the Diffusal is going to be there in good time too. And I tell you what, the Aghanim Slark is... It's just so hard to play against, right? You have these 2 charges, you know, effectively you're bringing down the effective cooldown of Pounce to 4 seconds when you have the 2 charges built up.
Tower is under attack.
You're just in and you're out. And suddenly for Alliance, a team that, as you mentioned already, doesn't have the best sort of control and lockdown for this hero. How are you ever going to stop Miracle getting in and getting out, building up the Essence Shift stats, and just sort of outlasting you in any sort of fight you try and bring it?
Oh boy, I don't know if that's going to really going to pick up this game.
False Promise will come out in time onto Handsken. Keeping him alive for a moment being, but still Miracle able to clean up S4. We are reaching up the back lines as he holds down. And now Limmp did manage to kill KuroKy, but still it's just more cleaning up by Nigma. 3 for 1 on the kills there. And Miracle just continuing to have
Radiant's
no issues whatsoever this game, as he's had a completely uncontested start, and just the moves that he can make. It feels like he can just do anything right now, this Slark. I don't know how Miracle can die right now with the start that he's had.
I don't know how Miracle can die. I don't know how many of the other heroes really can die either. As I was saying, it's Alliance just has to be. They have to be so passive with the way that the lane setups happen and with their heroes, with what they're up against. Like it's Limmp he can't make plays on almost anybody. He has to just kill some supports. If you can see the Bloodseeker, maybe in some situations he can go for him, but mind control is massive. These FaZe Boot and Yule are already finished up, and they're actually the ones probably going to be on the aggressive front throughout all of this game. I mean, 7K advantage at 15 is massive. Very tough to come back from when you have very limited anything for the Slark. He's gonna have action on any minute now.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Fine Handsken. The rupture on him. Not a whole lot he can do here as mind control. Takes him out. Miracle is also going to be brought across by GH to again pick up both of the kills there. More glory for Miracle as his kills continue to get padded. 8-0-0.
And this is, I think, where we might have to step forward and make the call that if Wraith King is able to win this game,
sure. If yes, we got to remember the state of the game right now. You know, down 1-12, 8K down. If Alliance win this game, Wraith King maybe. Can the one true king really do it? Can he do it?
Doesn't feel like he has almost any chance in this game.
This is the ultimate
he's
test.
able to, yeah, seriously, because this is absolutely devastating. I don't see a good way for them back in this game besides just like sticking together as like this 5-man unit with the Dark Seer.
Radiant's
They're just gonna get picked apart all over the map and just out-resourced as Miracle. Hack's finished and they're just moving around and doing whatever they really want on this side of Nigma.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower
So
is
fat.
fallen.
This is ridiculous. 10K
It
net
really
worth,
is.
60 minutes in. I mean, such a different game from what we saw in game one. As Nigma are just crushing it on all
Radiant's
fronts.
top tower is
Aghanim's
under attack.
defusal done at 17 minutes in. And level 13 as well.
Oh boy, and he's just waiting. Look at him. He's just sitting on the side waiting. He knows they see him there for a second. He steps back up, but he can jump to anywhere because of this double charges here.
Alliance just so scared to do anything. Miracle walking over, he's given the first bounce straight in onto Miracle. Promise Forge, he tries to help out, but lasso being dropped onto Miracle, but he just doesn't last long enough to threaten Miracle at all. Slider Fisher, we are pushing back S4 and FNG, but not getting any
Radiant
kills.
structures are
At least
fortified.
forcing some cooldowns from Alliance, both wall, lasso being dropped and nothing being held. One of the ones. I think they'll get him the twice. The Alliance, do they even have anything to help him out? I don't know. FNG, he is around. Look at the rolling thunder. So House comes out. House gets in trouble. House can't roll his way out of the circle. Just kills them all. They run down Nikobaby in the trees.
Radiant's bottom
As
tower
it's just
is
not
under
stopping.
attack.
There's no slowing down here for Nigma. 14 for 1, 11K lead.
Dire's
up top?
middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
Jason,
tower is under
with these
attack.
pounces, he can close that gap continuously against Limmp. It's going to be another kill for Miracle.
Radiant's middle tower is under
10-0-1.
attack.
It really, really does feel. I mean, I don't, what can Alliance do? This is.
I don't know.
This
I
is
think that what they did
very rough.
before was actually their best option, having the 4 heroes sit mid,
Yeah.
Wraith King splitting and just trying to get his farm up. I think this one is impossible for them to recover. It's way
Radiant's
too good of a
middle tower
Slark game
has
for a
fallen.
first 2-pick Slark.
Yeah, this is
They just
insane.
yeah, they had no other options. They go for the Wraith, but like the panel touched on, it just felt like that was just the last hero. Nigma did not care. They left it in the pool, and this is just a blotter.
It really is. The big caught by they did.
Just, I don't. The show was why it's like this 2-pick Slark.
What did you
He was way
learn?
too fine at that. No, he made it. He's smart. They
Radiant's
did not
middle
see it
tower
coming,
is
but it
under
was that
attack.
first 2-pick
I wish
Slark
I had
that
this
just
back in
has
stock.
completely
Wraith.
destroyed them.
A miracle there. Sort of definitely turning the tables against the dominance that Limmp showed in the mid last game. This time around, Miracle
Radiant's
says,
top tower
let me
is
have a
under
shot at it.
attack.
He heads to the mid lane and He's doing more than what Limmp did last game. And that's quite something, as Limmp had such a brilliant performance on the bat in game 1. But this time round, Miracle just stealing the show with his Slark performance.
He's getting all the help too, right? Like that's why they picked the guy on this group because in Bolt good anyway. Literally just sitting next to him. GH is one. Miracle left. There you go. I mean, anyway, it's really how much extra is able to buy.
Not Jet ready that it's going to be restricted.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Guys, I'm playing. Okay.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Getting decent farm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
There's dagger too. So now Pangolier will take beautiful leashes to stop aggression as well, and just on everybody from the picture that's been
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Tower is down bottom.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Gonna watch it. Defensive. No catch available from Alliance. They won't quite close on him.
Double damage empowers me.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Is he able to live through this? He's still alive. This one probably does finish him off though. Get back there. Miracle. He's found his target though. He's on towards Handsken. Handsken will fall. A double kill for Miracle. What's he want to go for next? Is there anything more to find here? It doesn't look like it. The rest of Alliance do get out of there. Still just having to throw really everything onto GH to get a kill out of the action. And
yeah, just you can see the freedom from Nigma just choosing to fight there, even though it's a hard place to fight. They're so far ahead that they can just do that. Just run in and just force the hand of Alliance. Even though they have this great spot where they can get a nice grab and they have all this vision, it doesn't matter because of the deficit. And Miracle, I believe, has, oh man, a full butterfly.
Yeah, 23 minutes in.
Oh my god, I mean, Wraith can't do anything. Whew, alright. That's quite a lot of farm.
There we go. Easy agency should be for Nigma. I don't think we're going to see Alliance try and do anything about this one. Nigma just continuing to just completely crush Alliance here in this game. From the lanes onwards. They've played it in a way that's left Alliance looking pretty helpless here in this game too.
Roshan has walked into the dark.
And it's probably going to make them even think twice a little bit about going for this type of just straight bat
Dire's
opener.
bottom
I
tower
mean, if
is
they can
under
just do the
attack.
first two Slark like this to just break the whole thing, it's quite devastating.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Alliance waiting. They have eyes on this remnant. It looks like they're hoping that Weehaw jumps back to it, and then they're going to look
I
to
wish I had
jump
this
in.
back at top. Wraith.
But Miracle, Invis, he's getting the wrap around. There's a sentry down, but he's got Aegis and a gem.
Turns over towards S4, takes him down, now over towards Nikobaby. The house in place, he's been taken down the once. Let's go for a second round of fire. Gets him off the Raid King. False promise is there from FNG. The fireback is what from S4 as they desperately try and get Nikobaby out of this action. Miracle bounce off the mark. Nikobaby able to step away there. So Alliance are able to disengage their carry. Make sure they don't lose anything else other than S4 to Nigma's attempt.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Cannot believe only one hero died there. That was such a sick relocate by GH. Thought for sure the Bloodseeker was going to go down, but saves him, and That's the big go by Alliance to try to get that punchback with a full read. They had everyone perfectly set up for that one there, and still they went
For the
hero.
twins.
Soulbind's on KuroKy.
Oh, Limmp. Miracle's found MPKB on cooldown, as well as a TP.
Dire's bottom tower is under
This is
attack.
no chance for escape against this Slark.
Right. 15-0-2, 230 last hits. Fully enabled.
Nothing to slow him down on Alliance's lineup. The rolling
And we're almost at that
Thunders.
number that everyone loves so much. You know, if Nigma does die one more time and we can... No, we're almost there.
I mean, is there anyway? Can a Wraith King win this game? I mean, it would be pretty wild. I feel this is. I don't know if we've got the Dota Plus on this PC, but this has got to be 99% right now at least.
Ooh, you're one off.
It's 98%. 98% hit.
And that's a generous, quite a generous 2%.
Generous
That's just the
2%.
Wraith King 2%, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Or it's just, it's like, wait, Limmp, you owned last game. We'll give you a 2%. Yeah, I don't see even progressing. Let's say, like, if things do start getting real wacky, it's like, when is Wraith King gonna be able to surpass in any way this Slark? And there's just no way. This butterfly is out so early. He's gonna be 6 slotted before. I mean, if the even game goes another 5 minutes, he's gonna be 6 slotted at 30-ish.
Incredible timings here. And as you say, just it's the fact that they were able to pull this out in the fashion that they did. You know, it really shows how the teams in the future and Alliance, if they do lose this game going into game 3, really have to have this on their minds. That the fact that Nigma can just slap out the Slark as the second pick in a draft and have this sort of incredible game with it.
And here we go. Just scouted, if we all forget quickly with
Radiant's
pauses,
middle
he just
tower
scouted
is
them up
under
on the high
attack.
ground with the slides. So we see Miracle darting over to connect with his Ember as the Bloodseeker pressures top. They're just shrinking the map very quickly and waiting for that opportunity to get any kills.
He's going in. He knows he can go in the base. Nothing to be done by against him doing that. 15 permanent stacks. Handsken also dying outside here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
This is well, we'll see how long this painful potential end gets drawn out for Alliance as Nigma
Radiant
completely
structures are
destroying them here
fortified.
in this game too. Without a doubt, the most one-sided game that we've seen, and at least any of the games across the multiple regions that we've been able to keep an eye on.
Radiant's bottom tower has
This
fallen.
is a severe stomp.
Yes, I mean, we're at the 1K per
Radiant's
minute in a
bottom
second, so
barracks are under
it's
attack.
very safe to say that is, there's no way Alliance can ever, in any way, just be able to fight versus this. They'll kill supports. That's what we've been saying. Maybe they'll kill KuroKy and stuff like that, but at these cores, they're just unbelievable. Yeah, just easy cleanup for Nigma for the rest of this game, it feels like.
Radiant
Nikobaby's
are
desperate.
scanning.
He's desperately trying.
How's he? What's he managed to get onto the Radiance?
He's just got the blink.
Does show himself here, Nigma. They are around. You can see Miracle already trying to jump over towards the backline. A minute left to play with the Aegis. Nikobaby going in on the BKB's out, jumping up to the high ground, sliding fist on the screen. This command time to keep Esco alive. He's able to get the wall down. There's going to be a buyback from both Handsken and FNG to try and get in and help out the rest of their team. Limp's been ruptured. Mike John's heading towards him. Last day, all trying to come down for now. Get any forward damage. Handsken does get pressure free with the rolling thunder. Limp's still alive. He has to hold his ground. Limp's actually going to be able to live by his written left hand and try to get him finish him off with Miracle and he can do so. Miracle jumps over, skills off the bat, over towards Nikobaby they go. He has reincarnation. He's trying to get Miracle out with another pounce connect. Miracle finishes him off the once. Limmp will buy back. Nikobaby's able to get the blink off. Miracle getting a little low, but GH on the 10 across, heal him up.
He's in.
And he's in. Up towards the tier 3. He's ready to dive towards the base. They try to get him off Nikobaby, but they cannot do so. Nikobaby falls. Miracle looks towards Handsken. They do lose the Aegis, but he's not going to care at all. 30k lead, 20-0-3.
I can't believe they didn't GG out during all that, to be honest with you. I was really expecting while the Wraith team's running just the GG to come down from S4 or somebody, because yeah, there's no recovery and it's kind of bad. They're just Miracle's killing everybody pretty much by
Radiant's
himself.
He really is. I mean, Miracle's loving it. He is absolutely loving it.
Weeha's getting some nice hits on. You know, he sleight of fist everybody, applies the Desolator across the board, and
Radiant's middle tower has
from
fallen.
then on out.
Just look at that, yeah, look at those kills. That's yeah. Alliance. I've got 1 kill. I've got 1 kill. Miracle. I've got 20. 20 kills.
My lord.
Oh, but just
About to, yeah, Orbit Destruction on top too, and he's about to have Abyssal Blade. I mean, these item timings are just coming out way too fast.
yeah, he's just enjoying probably setting some records. So at least you know some very good figures that might not get beaten in the entirety of
Radiant's
this DPC.
top tower is under
This game's
attack.
going to be quite the one to compare to.
Is this the smoking to get a kill and get out of the game?
Dire
I
are
think it might be
scanning.
looking like it. I hate to be so negative,
Radiant's
but this
top
is so
tower is
impossible.
under attack.
They're maybe looking to
Radiant's
get some
top
bounty runs, but they're
tower
about to get
is
their front door knocked on.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Radiant's
Miracle.
top tower
Miracle's
is under
coming.
attack.
Blink out for Nikobaby. Will save him. Limmp, he's going to get left behind. Or is he? Gets the BKB off. He's going to try and run his way out of this. Does get the last down. So we have, and they got Nikobaby's trying to beat him, but they've lost S4. They've lost FMG. Handsken, heroes go for 3 more kills for Nigma. Nikobaby is trying to run his goal for the TP out, but they're in with the Grimstroke to put an end to his escape. As Nikobaby will desperately try to hold his ground, but there it is. They'll tap out. GG is full. Nigma with quite the showing here in game 2. Game 1, that might have been a Limmp was able to stall them this time round. Alliance, they didn't get to do anything. This game was over pretty early, Fogged, and the remaining sort of 30